GoPro's first quarter results are out, and shares are up about 5%, 4 or 5% in after hours. Rather than waiting for the earnings call, we're just going to do our review now because we can sum up the entire quarter with just this one sentence. Management is reaffirming their guidance and making no change. And in addition, we don't have any the usual details that they provide here, so no EBITDA margin for the second quarter. So looks like sort of business as usual, all things considered type of quarter. So instead, we're just going to use our earnings model, which you can download on our webpage, gutenbergresearch.com. And we're going to do some comparisons of what our model looked like prior to this release and how we've updated it for the future periods, given the details that we actually got for this quarter. So in terms of the income statement, we had calibrated our model to meet consensus estimates. So for revenue, the street was looking for 169 million. It came in at 183 million. And then for total, operating expenses, which management provided guidance on that metric. So they were looking for operating expenses excluding the $5 to $10 million of restructuring costs, which were about the midpoint of that range. The street was looking for about 170 million. It came in at 157. So from that standpoint, things looked a little bit better. In terms of the final net EPS loss, the street was looking for 53 cents, and it came in at 63 cents. So overall, not anything too significant for the current quarter. If we take a look at the units, there was some interesting things there. So the main point that we saw was the average selling price of the devices. We had calibrated our model at $218 per device, which is what we saw in the December quarter of 2015. So let me expand this so you can see this. So we set our model equal to that. It came in at 262, so well ahead of that. And if we look back through history, that's actually not a bad ASP for a corporate average. But the units came in a bit below what we were expecting. So we were expecting 776 million, came in at like 700 million even. So overall, we didn't feel the need to change any of our growth rates for the units. Here, let me just freeze these panes so you can see better. So for the next couple of quarters, we left our growth rates for units the same, but you can see we increased our average selling price. So we had modeled the June quarter at $230 per device, and then September at $250, so we upped that to $270. And then we should get some strength in the back half of the year as Karma ramps, so we brought this up to $295 in the December quarter. And then we brought it back down to stabilize at about $275 for 2017. Other than that, we just tweaked our research and development as a percentage of revenue. So we had modeled our March quarter at 50% of revenue, and it came in at 42%. So since that was so much lower, we thought we should probably bring these ratios down for the next couple of quarters, so we did. And then those are pretty much the only changes we made to the model. So if you look at our total 2017 EBITDA, which is what we're using for valuation here, prior to this release, our model came in at 70 million, just over 70 million, and now it's at 76 million. So not a huge change in overall EBITDA. Our price earnings based target didn't really move a whole lot, and our DCF base did come down a bit. It was just a result of some changes in overall future period cash flows. So all in all, we were at about 1175 or so before this release, and now we're at 1075. So down slightly, not quite in line with what's going on in after hours, but given the fact that GoPro is a very volatile stock, this isn't really a significant move from this model. So we're saying that the company has a long way to go. This quarter is just kind of another stop along the road. So we really have to wait for the back half of this year to see if they can really execute on their plans. So we'll log into the earnings call now. If anything significant comes out of that call, we'll update this model again. If not, then check back in a few days after the analysts have updated their models. We'll recalibrate this model to meet the new consensus estimate. Thanks for watching. Good luck with the rest of earnings season.